Hi friends, I welcome you to the next video on trading account. In our earlier video we learned about the trading account, we saw how it is prepared and we saw a format. Now let us try to do a small problem. Okay, we are going through the books of a trader and I find that there are some ledger accounts in his books. Purchase account, it's showing two entries, cash and creditors, 1 lakh and 4,50,000. There is one account called as opening stock. There is some account called as wages, carriage inward, purchase returns. Now at the end of the year, I want to arrive at my profits. I want to know my gross profits. So how to arrive at the gross profits? It is very simple. I'll go to the purchase account. This account has to be closed by the end of the year because this is a nominal account. Okay, it has to be closed at the end of the year. How do you close the account? You have to balance the account. That means both the sides should become equal, only then this account will get closed. So what we do is we transfer the amount in this account to the trading account. And how do we do that? We just write here buy trading account. Buy trading account 5,50,000. So when you write 5,50,000 here, this account tallies, the account becomes equal. Now what will be the opposite posting in the trading account? We'll write here in trading account. I have already prepared the format of the trading account for you. Trading account of trader for the year ended 31st March 21. If in purchase account you write buy trading, in trading account you have to write two purchases. 5,50,000 I write in the inner column. Then I come to an account called as opening stock. This is the goods which were unsold at the beginning of the year. Opening means at the beginning of the year. During the year, the normal assumption is we are not going to just keep this stock in our godown and wait. We have already sold them. So the value of these goods has to be expensed off. It has to be closed again by transferring it to the trading account. So we'll simply write here buy trading account 1 lakh. So it comes to the trading account. In the trading account we write two opening stock. The value is debited to the trading account 1 lakh rupees. Then we come to the next expense account which is there in our ledgers, wages account. It is showing some balance 40,000 plus 10,000. These are the wages paid to the workers who were involved in loading and unloading the goods. This account has to be closed. Again, it is a nominal account. This account has to be zeroized at the end of the year. This account can be zeroized only by crediting this account. So we'll simply write buy trading account 50,000. So we go to the trading account and there we write two wages 50,000 on the debit side. Then we have another ledger account in our books, carriage inward. It is also having some entries which have been posted during the year, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 6,500, 10,000. Say there is some balance. Again, this is an expense incurred for bringing the goods from the suppliers to the place of business. So this expense has to be transferred to the trading account. We'll simply transfer it to buy trading account 10,000 rupees. This account is closed and the balance is transferred to the trading account. To carriage inwards 10,000. Now purchase returns. What should we do with purchase returns? Actually, these are the goods which we have purchased from our suppliers and we have returned it to our suppliers. So if we want to arrive at the net purchases figure, we have to transfer this balance to purchase account. To purchases account 50,000. But if I go to the purchase account, I find that the purchase account is already closed. The balance has been transferred. There is no point reopening the account. Purchase returns has to be transferred to the purchase account. That means I have to reduce it from my purchases. I purchased goods worth rupees 5,50,000 during the year. Out of that, I have returned goods worth 50,000 to my suppliers. So if I want to arrive at the net purchase made during the year, I should get 5,50,000 minus 50,000. So if you transfer this to purchase account, the balance would reduce. But we have already closed the purchase account. So what should I do? I should go to the trading account and there I'll reduce it. I'll simply write here purchase returns. Or what we could simply have done is, instead of writing here purchases, we can simply write here trading account. What will happen if I write trading account here? It will go to the credit side of the trading account, and nothing wrong. Even if you write purchase returns on the trading credit side of the trading account, it is nothing wrong. But the tradition which we follow in preparation of accounts is we don't show purchase returns on the credit side of the trading account. We show it as net from the purchase. We subtract it from the purchase. That is why I'm showing it on the debit side, but subtracting it from purchases. Okay. So I have now closed all these accounts and I have transferred them to the trading account. What I have done with the purchases, there was a debit balance. I have closed it by transferring it to the trading account. I just wrote buy trading account here and I write to purchase in the trading account. Opening stock, there was a balance of 1 lakh. I wrote buy trading account. This account gets closed and opening stock was shown in the trading account. When I see wages account, there is a balance of 50,000. I am transferring it to trading account. I wrote buy trading account, and in trading account I'll write 2 wages. This is what we have learned in ledger accounts. If you credit one account, the other account is automatically debited. If I'm writing buy trading here, in trading I have to write 2 wages. Or here I'm passing an entry trading account to wages. Wages account is credited and trading account has to be debited. Carriage inward, I am closing this account by simply writing buy trading account. And I write buy trading account. In trading account I have to write 2 carriage inwards, 10,000. Purchase returns, it could have been credited to purchase account or credited to trading account. What we do is instead of crediting it to purchase account, we write here 2 purchases, but we subtract it from the trading account from gross purchases to arrive at the net purchase. So 550 minus 50 is 5 lakh. You could have also have shown this on the credit side, or we could have credited it in purchase account by purchase returns. 450 plus 1, 550 minus 50, 5 lakh could have been transferred to the trading account also. Either way. Now we have some more accounts which we have to now close. Here you can see we have some sales account here. 9 lakh cash sales, credit sales 1 lakh 50,000. Now sales account has to be transferred to the trading account. Again, it is a nominal account, it is income. It has to be closed. How will you close it? By debiting it. What will you write here? We'll write here to trading account. So if I write to trading account here, in trading account I have to write buy sales. When I write to trading account means I am writing an entry here, sales account to trading account. Every posting has a journal entry behind it. Sales account to trading account. In trading account I have to give credit posting. So I go to my trading account, I write buy sales, in the inner column 10 lakh 50,000. I am left with one more account in my ledger, sales returns account. Again, it is a nominal account. It is an expense for us. We have got some goods returned by the customers. We have sold the goods. Customers do not like the goods. They are returning it to us. Now what should I do? I should actually transfer it to sales account, buy sales account and close it. But sales account is already closed by transferring it to the trading account. If I would not have transferred this 1050, this 50,000 would have been debited here and the balance 10 lakh would have gone to trading account. But I have not waited for it. So what should I do is, this sales returns has to be subtracted from sales. So what I do is I go to the trading account and there I write less sales returns 50,000. The net amount would be 10 lakh. I'll explain again. If the balance in the sales account would not have been already transferred to trading account, what will we do is, we will close sales returns by writing here buy sales. In sales account we'll write 2 sales returns 50,000. 1050 minus 50 would be 10 lakh. Only 10 lakh would be transferred to the trading account. That can be an alternative. And now we are left with some value of closing stock, rupees 2 lakh. It's given in the form of a sentence. What the trader is telling us is, out of the opening stock and out of the purchase made during the year, goods worth rupees 2 lakh have not been sold. So I have to remove it from the cost of goods sold. I have to reduce it from the expense which have been debited to trading account because the goods have not been sold. So I have to reduce it by crediting the trading account. I'll write buy closing stock 2 lakh. What we are saying is, out of all these expenses, goods worth rupees 2 lakh have not been sold. If I don't credit this account, this cost which is included in these amounts will get debited to the trading account, and when we compare it to the sales account, we'll arrive at the profit which will be on the lower side. Okay, what here we are saying is, when I credit the trading account, what I'm saying is, out of the expense which have been debited to the trading account, this is the expenditure relating the goods which are remaining unsold. Okay, So what I'm doing is I'm reducing the cost which has been debited to the trading account. Okay. Now I'll arrive at the gross profit for the year. How will I arrive? I'll credit the trading. I'll totally credit the trading account. 10 lakh. 10 lakh was the amount, I think. Have I put sufficient number of zeros? Yes. 10 lakh plus 2 lakh. 12 lakhs is the total of the credit side. I'll write here 2 gross profit. Debit side total is 1 lakh plus 5 lakh 6 lakh. 1 lakh plus 5 lakh 6 lakh 650 660. So out of 12 lakh I'll subtract 6 lakh 60,000. I'll be left with a profit of 5 lakhs 40,000 rupees. This is the gross profit for the year. I'll arrive at the gross profit which will be transferred to P&L account. I'll calculate the gross profit in the form of a statement also. I'll first calculate the cost of goods sold. Opening stock. What was the value of the opening stock? 1 lakh. Add purchases. What was the value of the purchases? 5 lakh 50,000. Less purchase returns. In my earlier video I have demonstrated how to calculate the cost of goods sold. Purchase returns, I subtract 50,000. I'll get 5 lakh rupees as my net purchases. Then I add wages. How much was incurred as wages? 50,000. I add my direct expenses. Then I add carriage inward. That is a cost incurred for transporting the goods to my business. 10,000 rupees. Now, what is the total of these amounts? 6 plus 50, 6 lakh plus 60, 6 lakh 60,000 is the total. Out of this, goods worth 2 lakh were unsold during the year. So to arrive at the cost of goods sold, I have to subtract the value of closing stock. Closing stock, the value of the goods which remained unsold was 2 lakh rupees. Out of this is the value of the goods which have been remained unsold. I'll get cost of goods sold. 660 minus 2 lakh is 4 lakh 60,000. Now I compare it with my net sales. My net sales, if you see from the problem, is 10 lakh rupees. This is the value of the goods sold. This is the value of goods sold and this is the cost of the goods which have been sold. So the difference is gross profit. It is nothing but 5 lakh 40,000 rupees. So what I have done is, let us suppose at the beginning of the year I had 100 goods. I purchased another 1000 goods during the year. So at the end of the year I should have 1100 goods. But I am only having 200 goods left. So what happened to the remaining goods? 900 are the goods which have been sold. I want to arrive at the cost of these goods. To arrive at the cost of these goods, out of the cost incurred for the goods which were available during the year, this is the amount. I subtract the value of the goods which is unsold at the end of the year to arrive at the cost of the goods which have been sold. I am again explaining, I had 100 units at the beginning of the year. I purchased 1000 units during the year. So at the end of the year I should have 1100 units left. But I am left with only 200 units. So I have sold 900 units. I have to arrive at the cost of these 900 units. How do I arrive at the cost of these 900 units? First I arrive at cost of all the goods, which is this, and subtract the value of the closing stock to arrive at the cost of goods sold. Because I am subtracting closing stock here, instead of subtracting it in the trading account, I just put it on the credit side of the trading account. Okay. So in your future videos, we'll get much more clarity on how to prepare trading account. Thank you.